What if I told you there's a small city in Massachusetts that once lit the world not with electricity, but with whale oil? In the 19th century, New Bedford's daring whalers ventured to the farthest corners of the globe, their ships returning laden with the liquid gold that fueled lamps from Boston to Paris. Today, its cobblestone streets still echo with the footsteps of sailors, merchants, and dreamers, while the salty Atlantic breeze carries whispers of adventure. From vibrant harbor views to world-class museums, New Bedford is a living postcard of America's maritime past, and by the end of this video, you just might be planning your trip. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're heading to New Bedford, Massachusetts, a charming seaside city with a surprisingly big story. Once known as the whaling capital of the world, this bustling port sent ships across every ocean in search of the whale oil that lit homes and streets before electricity. It's a place that inspired Herman Melville's Moby-Dick, helped build America's economy in the 19th century, and still celebrates its seafaring heritage with pride. But New Bedford isn't just about the past. It's a vibrant coastal community where you can stroll along cobblestone streets lined with art galleries, sample the freshest seafood straight off the boats, and watch the harbor sparkle under a golden sunset. Whether you're here for history, maritime adventures, cultural festivals, or simply the perfect lobster roll by the water, New Bedford offers an authentic slice of New England charm. So grab your curiosity and maybe a jacket and let's dive right in. Pun fully intended. At the historic whaling era, back in the 1800s, New Bedford was known as the city that lit the world. At a time before electricity, whale oil harvested here was as valuable as gold, fueling lamps, factories, and lighthouses from Boston to London to far-off ports in Asia. The harbor bustled with towering masts, the air thick with the smell of salt and tar, and the voices of sailors speaking a dozen different languages. New Bedford wasn't just a fishing town, it was a global hub where fortunes were made and adventures began on the high seas. Walking through the New Bedford Whaling National Historical Park today feels like stepping into that golden age. The cobblestone streets still curve past weathered brick warehouses once filled with barrels of oil and believe. The old Seamen's Bethel, a modest white chapel immortalized in Herman Melville's Moby-Dick, stands as a quiet monument to those who risked everything chasing whales across the world's oceans. Step inside, and you'll find memorial plaques honoring sailors lost to storms, shipwrecks, and ice. But history isn't all you'll find here. Alongside the preserved past, the waterfront hums with fresh energy, fishing boats unloading their catch, artists sketching by the pier, and locals swapping stories in cozy cafes. It's a place where the past and present meet, and every breeze off the Atlantic carries a whisper of adventure, art, and culture. New Bedford isn't just about ships and sailors, it's a city with creativity in its very DNA. Step into the New Bedford Whaling Museum, and you'll find yourself dwarfed by massive whale skeletons suspended overhead, their sheer size a reminder of the creatures that once powered the city's fortunes. From intricately carved scrimshaw to maps charting global sea voyages, every exhibit tells a story of daring, discovery, and connection across continents. But the city's artistic spirit isn't confined to museum walls. Wander downtown, and you'll pass galleries showcasing local and international talent, colorful murals splashed across brick facades, and street corners alive with music. On any given night, you might catch a play, a poetry reading, or a live jazz set spilling into the street. And then there's summer, when New Bedford bursts into full celebration. The Feast of the Blessed Sacrament, the largest Portuguese feast in the world, transforms the city into a vibrant tapestry of culture. For 4 days, the air fills with the aroma of sizzling sardines and sweet malasadas, the sound of folk music and laughter drifting through the night. Families, friends, and visitors from around the globe come together to dance, feast, and honor traditions passed down through generations. It's proof that New Bedford's heart beats just as strongly in the arts and culture as it once did on the open seas. See the waterfront and harbor, The New Bedford Harbor is alive with activity from dawn until dusk. As the first light hits the water, you'll see fishing boats heading in with their fresh catches, glistening scallops, lobsters, and fish straight from the deep Atlantic. The air carries the salty tang of the sea mixed with the aroma of the day's haul being unloaded onto the docks. It's a working waterfront in the truest sense, and one of the best ways to experience it is by hopping on a harbor tour. From the deck, you can watch the dance of cranes lifting crates, crews mending nets, and gulls circling overhead, hoping for a stray bite. If you're craving a quick escape, the ferry to Cuttyhunk Island is just the ticket. In under an hour, you'll trade the bustle of the port for quiet beaches, gentle hiking trails, and panoramic ocean views. A perfect day trip for those seeking peace and salt air, and for a true connection to the past. Summer visitors won't want to miss the schooner Ernestina Morrissey. This century-old vessel has sailed Arctic waters, carried immigrants across the Atlantic, and now serves as a floating classroom and living piece of maritime history. Standing on her deck, with the harbor stretching out before you, it's easy to imagine the countless journeys that begin right here in New Bedford. The food in local flavor is talk food, because you simply can't visit New Bedford without treating yourself. This city is famous for its fresh scallops, harvested right from local waters, and served so sweet and tender, they practically melt in your mouth. You'll find them pan-seared at fine dining spots, tossed into creamy pasta, or simply grilled with a squeeze of lemon. For a more casual bite, head to one of the city's beloved seafood shacks. Picture golden fried clams served with crispy fries, steaming bowls of rich, velvety chowder, and lobster rolls so packed you'll need both hands to manage them. And it's not just seafood. Thanks to New Bedford's deep Portuguese roots, you'll also find bakeries turning out warm, sugary malasadas, airy donuts without the hole, and soft, fragrant Portuguese sweet bread that pairs perfectly with coffee. It's a culinary scene that blends ocean bounty with old-world flavor, and every bite tells a story. The outdoor adventures and relaxation. When you're ready to wander beyond the busy city streets, head to Fort Tabor Park. Here, sweeping views of Buzzards Bay meet peaceful walking trails, and old stone fortifications whisper stories from the Civil War era. For a laid-back afternoon, West Beach and East Beach offer soft sand, salty breezes, and gentle waves. And if you're into photography, stay for sunset when the harbor glows gold and the sky catches fire. New Bedford is a city where history and the present meet, right on the waterfront. Here, centuries-old cobblestones lead you past working fishing docks, vibrant murals, and cafes where locals swap stories over fresh coffee. It's small enough that you can walk from the harbor to the historic district in minutes, yet rich enough to keep you discovering new corners for days. You might spend the morning tracing the city's whaling legacy, the afternoon savoring seafood fresh off the boats, and the evening listening to live music under strings of lights. And through it all, the Atlantic breeze carries the scent of salt and the sound of gulls overhead. Whether you come for the maritime history, the art, the festivals, or simply to watch the tide roll in, you'll leave with stories and maybe a lifelong craving for those sweet New Bedford scallops. Thanks for coming along on this trip to New Bedford, Massachusetts. I hope you enjoyed exploring its history, flavors, and waterfront charm as much as I did. If you liked this tour, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more travel adventures, and tap the bell so you'll be the first to know where we're headed next. And if New Bedford is on your travel list, check out the next video for tips on nearby Cape Cod and Martha's Vineyard. See you there.